Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to shows every Thursday at 8:01 p.m. and full shows online at WCBE.org. I'm John DeSando.
I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
This is Cinema Classics.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
This is Cinema Classics.
Yes, sir.
And this is the summer for Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
How exciting.
This is the summer for Toy Story 4, Ma, Midsummer, and The Dead Don't Die.
Oh, could we possibly have chosen the ones you don't like?
Yeah, I want to talk about all the movies that really irritated me this summer.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, let's start with Ma.
All right.
Okay? Because Ma, I saw the trailer for that movie and I thought, this is bat crap craziness.
All right.
I can't wait to see this movie.
All right.
A middle-aged black woman terrorizing teenagers.
Yes, I know.
Like, I thought, I gotta see what I was even from the trailer curious about what the subtext of that movie was going to be. It seemed nuts, and it was a drag.
Okay.
I would even say that it's not even a horror movie.
Okay.
It's kind of a, I guess a boring psychological thriller until the last 20 minutes when, some of the stuff that the trailer promised starts coming into play. So, all told, that movie turns out to be they played it very safe. Even the stuff that she does at the end that's supposed to be horrifying, not that horrifying.
Mark, would you agree?
It's bad.
All right.
Bad.
It's bad. All right, how about something
It
good?
doesn't live up to its promise, right? Okay, so here's another thing. I want to talk to you about, what did you think? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, well, let's move on then.
Let's move on to
you did
something
see.
I did like. Toy Story 4.
Okay, let me tell you something about Toy Story 4.
Oh, really?
I liked it. I'm watching it. I'm
right.
thoroughly enjoying
All right.
it. I'm loving it. I cry at the end.
All right.
Credits roll. I start walking out, and this seething anger comes over me. And I think, these people have just pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. That is not Woody. Woody would never do that. That was a betrayal of that character, and a betrayal to the character of Buzz Lightyear, who's suddenly reduced to this idiotic button put. He's like, he goes right back to how he was in the first movie, but when they first opened the box. That's ridiculous. Also, don't tell me Woody is going to run off with Bo Peep. That is silly. Now here, they had a great chance to make the movie about an asexual bond between Woody and Buzz.
I agree.
And keep that, and that should have been the thing.
This is my same problem with Spider-Man Far From Home. It's about romance. I'm not interested in that romance. I'm not interested in Woody and Bo Peep.
Right, okay, it's not...
But all they're doing is they're just reprising the...
They've taken a few longing glances at between Woody and Bo Peep, and they turn a whole movie into it.
They turn it into, like, what's that, Titanic. On the front of the Titanic, and they're waving everybody as they're going down. All right, and all the toys are leaving. But I think there's an evolution here, as even in Spider-Man, where the adolescent is growing up, where the toy is growing up.
But he's not growing up. That's the thing. He is a toy. He learns that he is a toy, and he has this ideal, right, that he will not abandon other toys. His purpose in life is to be this toy, not some romantic partner. That is a fundamental betrayal of what that character is and what those movies have been, and about the central friendship between him and Buzz Lightyear. And they just crap all over it. And not just a regular crap, but an explosive, wet diarrhea crap.
This is not Casablanca, where you got them going off.
I'm done. Okay.
Got them going off as buddies.
I made my
point. Where the women can't go. No, I realize that, but I think the evolution of these toys, as character, I
get it.
This is where the richness is.
I get it. Let me take that
all
notion of them evolving as characters, and it still doesn't make sense because Bo Peep and him, that relationship has never been explored before. There's a vague hint that he's attracted to her, but there's nothing ever in any of those movies that says he would abandon Buzz Lightyear, his best friend, and all those other toys to go run off with Bo Peep and like at a carnival.
Well, what pleases me is that this is the way life is, even for toys.
Yeah.
And I guess that's our fundamental difference, is that I'm willing to accept the fact that what I really like about these is not the fact that they're toys, but they have so many human traits, and I see them evolve as
Yeah.
characters. And the cute thing about it is because they really are just toys. So I mean, I'm not disagreeing with
Well,
you.
no, it's interesting. I get what you're saying, but then at some point, the evolution of character has to be limited to the aesthetic principles that they set forth by making them toys,
Well,
and that
yeah.
they operate by these rules, right?
Yeah.
They don't suddenly start talking in front of people and moving in front of people. That rule is never broken, so this rule should never be broken. Anyway, moving on to another.
No, and I'd like to end that part
Yes.
of our discussion by saying I'm willing and always do suspend my disbelief.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we all do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and without getting into the absurdity. And you're very careful in your criticism, which I've always enjoyed and loved and pay attention to. But anyway, let's go.
Oh, I just needed to
know.
explore that feeling at the end of that
Yeah.
movie that I had somehow, like, I was just felt emotionally betrayed. Okay, The Dead Don't Die.
Yes.
Jim Jarmusch's zombie movie.
Yes.
Which looked like, in the trailers, like it was going to be
Bill
a lot
Murray.
of wry fun.
So good.
Adam Driver.
You know what? It wasn't. It sucked. It was the worst. They've done this before. Shaun of the Dead. Why would you even... Shaun of the Dead is...
Never
That's-
did they
why
do
do you
Shaun
even
of the
throw-
Dead with Bill Murray and Adam Driver.
Actually, they did Zombieland with Bill Murray. And that was much better, too. If you're going to take... There are better comedic examples of zombie movies other than this. And I get the joke. It's just there's
Well,
none of the
it's-
jokes ever pay off. It's boring. I get slowness. I can endure 7-hour French films about housewives. It's fine. This was just totally unimaginative. And when I felt Jim Jarmusch had painted himself into a corner, he started having the characters talk to the camera, break the fourth wall. That's always an act of desperation in a comedy. This was probably the nadir of his career.
Well, I would tell you that one of the high points of the film for us is for me to watch Adam Driver channel Bill Murray.
Mhm.
And the two of them acting like twins practically.
Yeah.
And in the moment, here's where it won me over. As they're trying to figure out what's happening in this town, the two cops.
Hmm.
And Driver says to Murray, I think zombies.
I'm thinking zombies. Right, which is the line that was revealed in the trailer.
I know.
So it had lost
unfortunately.
all its
I know, but it's
luster by
still,
the time we see it.
it's still hilarious when you think
That's
about
great.
how deadpan
Okay,
he
so
was.
one laugh in a hour and 40-minute film. That's terrific. Good. That's the
All right,
criteria.
how about one you
on which
really
we
like,
judge a movie?
like Midsommar?
Okay, let's talk about Midsommar. Brace yourself.
Oh,
That movie was a piece of crap.
What?
That movie is garbage.
Oh,
I had read so much great stuff about it. It wasn't great. It was a snooze. Everything. There's nothing terrifying in it. All the horrifying stuff happens off screen. It's beautiful to look at, and he knows how to build a scene. But that
you don't
movie-
think that when he is impregnating that young woman, that isn't one of the funniest and most horrifying scenes you've ever in film, where you have all these naked ladies
No,
around?
I feel like I've seen variations of that, and
Oh,
I feel,
okay.
and it wasn't. It was silly. It's
Like,
silly.
all right.
So with this is a movie where 2 months ago I read that Jordan Peele said it contains some of the most terrifying imagery he has ever seen.
Yeah, that's
That's
one of them
not.
I just
That's
mentioned.
not. That's silly. The naked lady in the bathtub Jack Nicholson is kissing in The Shining is worse than that.
That is pretty
That
great.
is
and that's
scary.
a great example. But I'll tell you, this is more a psychological study of the breakdown of a relationship
Mhm.
than it is a horror film.
That's also nonsense.
You think so?
Yeah,
Man, I mean, how
I
many young
read that
men who-
too. I read that too, and then the relationship was silly. Like there was no, we didn't get any real sense of what that relationship was about. At the beginning of it, it seems like she's just the nagging girlfriend who's been traumatized, who needs to cling on to him, and he's a jerk the whole time.
Well, he's like
He's a
most
jerk.
of us have been at his age. We're hooking up with a substantial woman. We're acting like jerks, and we needed something like going to Sweden to accomplish.
Okay, all right, that's
to-
great. I love the premise of it is great. I love the fact that there's this relationship that's breaking down.
Yeah.
There are these college students going, Where's the scary? Where was it scary?
Well,
I wasn't scared. I'm a basket case in horror movies.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared at all.
the scary for me are the influences that pull people apart, the influences that allow our worst natures to come out. When it happens when you go with buds. Yes.
You think Hereditary did it better?
Who?
Because Hereditary did it better. I think.
Hereditary.
Oh, Hereditary.
Yeah, because it was the same kind of premise of family falling apart.
Right.
In this.
Yeah.
But it degrades in such a more interesting way because we see it all happen to this one person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Hereditary was better, and I was disappointed in that as well. But it was a better horror film. That's what this was marketed as a horror film. Now, I will say that the central premise of taking, this Swedish festival, right? It seems to be, here are all these pristine white people.
Yeah.
They're doing peaceful, idyllic things in the countryside.
And
it's
who
gorgeous,
better than
right?
Jordan Peele would know that
Right.
this is a good horror premise?
Right.
He introduced us into.
And also, it's not original, by the way. This is a long tradition of folk horror, right?
Yeah,
like the
okay,
Wicker Man and stuff like that.
Right, Wicker Man it is.
So I get it. I like that idea, right? We're going to show you something. We're going to show you people that you should be comfortable around, but they're going to do horrifying things to themselves and to you out of some devotion to this cultish religious notion, right? And that never really pays off in the horror that I feel like we were promised.
Yeah,
Everything terrifying happens off screen. You see a body in a wheelbarrow? Okay, how to get there? You see the guy hanging from the ceiling? How to get there? You see, the one terrifying thing happens when the kid is hit in the head with a hammer, and then you look up and you see one of the characters wearing someone's skin. That's terrifying, but we don't even see that happen.
To me, terrifying, elderly people walking off an edge.
Yeah, that was scary.
That's something new.
Yeah.
And
right, and you know what? That promises a level of horror that never pays off.
Well, I think you're asking for a lot.
No, I'm not.
I think you're asking for a type of horror. This is not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's funny you should say that, because I just read an article about the how much Midsummer matches right up beat by beat to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That movie is terrifying because you see terrifying things happen.
Right, the visuals
and there's a chase,
yes.
Right? That you there's this primal oh my god, I got to get away or my body will be destroyed and be defiled in ways that are unimaginable.
No, I agree. That's why I'm thinking. See, I'm seeing more the psychological horror going on than I am the real. Although scenes such as I had already described are ones that are pretty horrifying to me. All right.
I agree with you. Psychological horror, Rosemary's Baby, Repulsion, both by Polanski, by the way. I get psychological horror. This was not marketed. I was told, here, it's real simple. It's real simple. Fix this movie by showing me violence. Fix this movie by showing me how these people got killed.
All right, now that we've done a job on the movies of the summer.
Let's recap. Ma, skip it. Toy Story 4, don't believe it. Dead Don't Die, ignore that it exists. In Midsummer, let's get real about it. Let's get real. It's not a 98%. It is a 43%.
Well, thank goodness for...
It's a green splat.
Thank goodness for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and 47 meters down, because we have just destroyed most of the summer.
And I just want to thank you and apologize for the editing mess I've left.